Well, Josh, I know you mentioned a little bit of an upgrade as far as Tropical Storm Gordon goes for us.
Looks like it has actually increased with the wind speed up to 60 miles per hour. But there's a little wind shear taking place, so it's kind of hampering this thing growing. Hopefully it won't grow any bigger than it is right now, but it does look like we still will see more strengthening. Let's check out the latest right now. This is the radar, and at around 8:30 this morning, National Hurricane Center upgraded this ho-hum kind of tropical wave into a tropical storm. Didn't even become a tropical depression, just went right from a tropical wave to a tropical storm and looked pretty healthy, and it is moving into a favorable environment as far as the water temperatures. The water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico are extremely warm, and there's not a lot of wind shear, but there's still a little bit that this whole eye or center of circulation is not perfectly circular, but we're watching it pretty closely. Sure thing, though, is on the eastern side of this, it is dragging up that moisture around it and spilling it all out, especially for our friends down in Lee County and Collier County. They dealt with some very heavy rain earlier this afternoon, and we're still getting a good clip of rainfall along the coastline here, especially around Inglewood and Venice. You may experience some heavy rain coming your way. Moderate to steady, heavy showers. And then I think by the mid-overnight hours, this thing starts to wrap up and pulls away from the coast. You can see here in Sarasota and Manatee counties, pretty much, other than a light, steady rain, I think we're pretty much on the clear here. Now, as far as our inland counties, everything is quiet. Here's the latest on Tropical Storm Gordon. 60-mile-per-hour sustained winds with a westerly, northwesterly movement at 17 miles per hour. Here's the track. Now, it still could intensify into a minimal Category 1 hurricane right before it makes landfall here in the northern Gulf Coast by later tomorrow night. But you can see on the western side of it, it really is not blooming with this mid to upper level moisture because we have a little bit of wind shear. But if that wind shear starts to lessen, which we anticipate that could happen, and then it moves over these very warm waters here, well, you're going to see this big light blue plume of moisture start to expand and have Gordon start to intensify. But as far as the future cast goes, you can see the heaviest rain will be offshore as we go through tomorrow morning, and then as this whole thing tracks up towards the northern Gulf Coast and away from the Sun Coast. Not a lot of rain associated out of this from really the day, but that's going to change. Watch John Scalzi tomorrow morning with the latest on this, and I'm sure these numbers will be a little bit higher, especially around Inglewood, where you're experiencing some steady, moderate to heavy rainfall. Winds also a big deal as far as along the coastline. Sustained winds in Anna Maria Island at 21 miles per hour. Earlier today, we had a wind gust of 45 miles per hour at the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport. You can see, though, throughout the evening hours and early morning hours of tomorrow, sustained winds about 20 miles per hour with wind gusts maybe around 25, but the winds will start to subside as this thing pulls away. Now, a couple of other areas to note in the tropics. We have a tropical wave that just came off the coast of Africa, and this is Tropical Storm Florence, and it has sustained winds of 70 miles per hour. Now, this model shows Florence moving towards the north and west and staying in the open waters of the northern Atlantic. But I just saw another model, the European model, has an area of high pressure that pushes Florence further to the south, and the track takes it right around here as we get into next week off the Carolina coast and Georgia and also northeast Florida. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely over the next several days, but that's still a long way away. 75 degrees our current temperature right now. Today we hit a high of 86. Rainfall today, not much. That'll change, though, in the overnight hours. 76 for the overnight low tonight. Few showers, breezy conditions. That will linger into tomorrow as well. And over the next few days, we have showers and storms in our forecast, typical summertime pattern. And then by the end of the upcoming weekend into early next week, that's when we'll have mostly sunny skies in the 7-day forecast. Back to you, Jacqueline.
All right. Thank you so much, Josh.